I want all three. Ooh, Ashley, hey, ooh, Ashley, hey.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Shay back with another video. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. As you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be discussing the common debate amongst starting your locks. Comb coils versus two-strand twists. Which one should you start with? I know that this can be a common struggle when starting your locks, like which one do you start with? Honestly, the decision is up to you. There are some negatives and positives to starting with both ways, and in this video, I'm going to be covering all that, just so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, whichever way you do decide to start with. I will make a disclaimer that I started my locks with comb coils, and let's just appreciate this little style because it's cute. The pineapple is giving. The pineapple's looking amazing right now. It looks really good. But I know it can always be hard to know which way you should start your locks, so in this video I'm just going to be giving you some insight on that. I'm not going to be biased at all in this video. Yes, I started with comb coil and I do have a reason for starting that way, but there are negatives and positives to both, and I'm going to highlight that in this video. And if you are new here, like I said before, my name is Ashley. I do post videos twice a week, and I would love it if you gave this video a thumbs up and also subscribe down below to join the family. And without further ado, let's hop into this video. So the format of this video is going to be 8 points total. Basically, I'm going to highlight 4 points on comb coils and I'm going to highlight 4 points on two-strand twists. I'm going to do them in like a back and forth motion because each point compares and contrasts to one another. Sorry if I'm confusing anyone, but I will jump into my points right now just so it starts to make a little bit more sense. So the first thing you should know about comb coils is that you're gonna get a really nice uniform and cylinder shape. As you can see, comb coils really make sure your locks are one nice uniform shape. There are no lumps, there are no bumps. The method of starting for comb coils is really invisible. It's non-existent, you can't see it. And that is one thing I really like about my comb coils, because you get a really nice, sleek cylinder shape. If that's something you like, then maybe you should consider starting comb coils, because you're not gonna be able to see any visible pattern of your starting method. On the other hand, if you do start with two-strand twists, there is going to be a visible starting pattern. As y'all know, when you do those twists, you can clearly see that somebody has two-strand twists in their head. And that is a cute look and all, but when you're trying to lock your hair, that may not be something that you want to see. Personally, I did not want that two-strand twist pattern, so that is why I decided to start with comb coils. If you are okay with that two-strand twist pattern, go ahead and start with two-strand twists, because it's not going to be that big of a deal if you're okay with that pattern. All the videos that I've watched on YouTube specifically show that the two-strand twist pattern can leave like lumps and bumps in your lock. They're not going to be very uniform. They're not going to be very cylinder. They're going to have their own little shape. They're going to be very unique. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if that is something that you want for your lock journey. I think two-strand twists are really beautiful and unique to everyone, because everyone's hair texture is going to look different in two-strand twists, especially after they swell, after you wash them, after they morph into what they're supposed to morph into. Everybody's two-strand twist looks so completely different, and I feel like they're so unique to everybody's journey, so that is something to think about if you decide to start with two-strand twists. The second thing you should know about comb coils is that they're going to be extremely difficult to do them on your own. I remember the first day I got my hair done and I just hated the way my loctician did my hair, so I ended up unraveling some of them and trying to recoil them. Let me tell you right now, that was one of the hardest things I have ever had to do. Like, honestly, I am so happy that my hair is pretty much locked and I don't have to worry about that anymore. But trying to do comb coils by myself on my own head was extremely difficult, and I know that a lot of you can relate to me. It's not impossible to do them on your own. It's just going to be very difficult. Just imagine having to part out your hair, and however many parts you want to do, however many locks you want to do, that's how many parts you're gonna have to do. And then trying to comb coil your hair. Honestly, I don't know how many times my hair got stuck in the comb, how many hair strands I pulled out trying to do that. So I did go to a loctician to do my hair, because I already knew that comb coils are going to be extremely difficult to start on my own. But the thing that is really good about two-strand twists is that they're so easy and so simple to start on yourself. Most of you watching this video have probably done a twist out, have probably done twists in your hair for whatever reason. So doing twists on your own head is so completely easy. So say if you don't have the money to go to a loctician, or even if you don't want to start with comb coils, if you're liking what I'm saying about two-strand twists, just know that they're going to be so easy to do on your own, because literally you part the section and you start twisting it. You don't need a comb. Your hair is not going to get caught in that comb. It's not going to be hard to twist it around. You're literally just going to do a two-strand twist, which is something that you most likely already have experience doing. So the third thing you should know about having comb coils is that they unravel. What? Wrapping the scabbard.
What? 8-part tip, redact, scavern. What are you talking? Raverdance Cavern!
They unravel super easily, especially during the beginning stages and during washing. I know it can be extremely intimidating to wash your starter locks, especially when you have comb coils, because they unravel so easily. It's literally just like you're doing finger coils on your hair, and anything that you do to them before you let it lock, it's going to unravel pretty much, especially depending on your hair texture. If you have a looser hair texture, comb coils are just going to instantly unravel on you. And that is something that you have to face if you are going to start with comb coils. Yes, they have so many benefits of starting that way, but one thing that you really need to know is that comb coils can and will unravel very easily, and like I said before, it is extremely hard to twist those up back on your own. Some of y'all may have the hang of it, but I'm just speaking from personal experience. Comb coils are extremely hard to do by yourself, but they unravel so easily, so that is something that you really need to think about before starting with comb coils. That also brings me into point number 3 for two-strand twists. Because the two-strand twist is literally roped and linked together, it is extremely difficult for it to unravel, and if it does, because it's so easy to put back together, it's really not that big of a deal. When you wash your hair for the first time, it's not going to be as intimidating because for the most part, your two-strand twists are not going to unravel. They're literally roped into each other. The only thing that you may have loosening up is at the roots, and that is completely fine because once you do your first retwist, you'll get that handled. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to deal with the loctician or have to go through the struggles of your hair unraveling, two-strand twist is an amazing way to go just because you're not going to have any of that stress if your hair does for any reason unravel. So the fourth and final thing that you want to know before starting comb coils is that your locks may appear extremely thin, extremely stringy in the beginning stages. I literally went from a huge afro to these tiny little comb coils. I felt bald-headed. I felt like I didn't have no more hair. I felt so unconfident on the first day. I'm not gonna lie, comb coils is definitely something that you have to be patient for. You have to be patient for your lock journey, period, but comb coils is on a whole nother level, okay? I'm happy with my decision of starting with my comb coils because I like the way my hair is progressing. As y'all can see, my hair is thick, it's full, it looks good, period. But on that first day, the way I'm feeling right now, the way I'm hyped right now, I was not this hyped, okay? I was literally on the verge of tears. And I don't want to scare nobody. I feel like I always come in here so strong with my opinions about things. I just want to let you know exactly how I feel. I just like to be very open and honest on my channel, as y'all can see. But comb coils in the beginning stages are not going to show your true thickness. Locks, period, aren't going to show your true thickness, obviously, because you're putting your hair into confined sections and making them smaller. But comb coils are literally going to give you the most cylinder little section possible, and your hair is going to look very thin and very stringy. And that brings me to my fourth and final thing you should know about two-strand twists. Basically, two-strand Basically, two-strand twists do appear a little bit more thick just because if you've ever done a twist out, you already know that the twists tend to swell up instantly. So already, comb coils literally compact your hair so much that they're just in that little cylinder shape. Two-strand twists will puff up instantly just because there's a lot more room for the hair to swell. There's a lot more room for the hair to like go out and do whatever it wants to do, basically. So two-strand twists are going to give you a thicker look, especially in the beginning. Now, I'm not completely sure how this works down the line just because I did not start with two-strand twists. Something I do want to add is that your hair is going to thicken up over time because so much shed hair is going to drop down into your locks. So obviously day one thickness is not going to be year one thickness. Like your hair is going to get a lot thicker regardless of your starting method, but in the beginning, if that is something that you're worried about, two-strand twists are definitely going to give you a thicker appearance than comb coils because comb coils literally compact your locks so tiny, insert picture here, to the point where you're not even gonna recognize yourself, okay? But two-strand twist is probably something that you've already seen your hair in, and they're gonna swell up and they're going to look a lot thicker. Before I end this video, I do want to make a comment about some of the points I mentioned in this video. I know I gave a lot more negatives for comb coils than I did for two-strand twists. That is not to say that you should start with two-strand twists over comb coils. It's just saying that comb coils are a little bit more difficult to keep up with, whereas two-strand twists are so much easier if you were to start on your own. You can definitely start comb coils on your own, but like I said already, they're just going to be a little bit more time consuming and a little bit more difficult to keep up on your own, especially when you start. It actually isn't difficult for me at all to keep them up. I just personally needed someone to start them for me because I didn't want to have to go through that. Also, like I said, if volume and thickness is an issue in the beginning, two-strand twists are probably going to be the way to go if you want your hair to be more full. I love that I started with comb coils. I would not go back and change it for anything because I love that my locks are going to have that nice and cylinder look. There are so many people out here who have started with two-strand twists who have beautiful locks, but I just like that I started with comb coils. With that being said, I hope this gave you some insight on the way that you want to start your lock, or if you already have locks. I hope that you were able to agree with some of the points that I made in this video. If you made it to this point in the video, you are a real one for watching all the way through. Please comment down below the pineapple emoji just for my hair. You already know. Comment down below the pineapple emoji if you're still watching. And before we end this video, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe down below to join the family. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Never gave you my number.